3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1112. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. My current goal is 300 subscribers at this time, so thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. There could be something significant about 2002 for somebody, or a birthday. But jumping straight into interpreting the number 1112, the number 1 is about trusting and believing in yourself. It's about your intuition, your strength, your faith, your gut instincts. This is just a call for you to trust and believe in yourself, especially since there are 3 ones here. If you're struggling to have a trust and faith in yourself, are you also struggling to have a trust and faith in the universe or whatever higher power you believe in? Even if you don't believe in a higher power, what is holding you back from having more faith, more trust in yourself, instead of just perceiving yourself as only weakness or more unaware than you actually are? As I did say, there are 3 ones here, so these messages are quite strong to trust and believe in yourself. In fact, for a little while interpreting the 1100s, those are going to be fairly strong messages at this time. So if you are feeling something significant here about your intuition or your strength or both, maybe this could be a sign that it may be good for you to stick around or helpful in some way. And I really encourage you to only watch readings, if you are a subscriber, that you feel called to. If you're already doing that, I feel like you can trust that. But the number 2 can be about quite a few things. It can be about, this could be confirmation, or just bringing your awareness to some sort of situation or relationship where it's important for you to trust yourself and believe in yourself. Trust in your own decisions and your efforts, I want to say. The number 2 can also be confirmation or guidance to create more peace and balance within yourself, and being very mindful of the choices that you make and ensuring that they truly align with who you are, what you believe is right. I think too many people in the world have cognitive dissonance where their worldview does not match the reality that they are creating or contributing to. Is there anything holding you back from doing that? From being more true to who you are? Not only in what you say, but also in what you do. Just how you show up in the world in general. I feel that it's so important to be yourself and to not care so much about what people think of you, because I believe when we care too much about what people think of us, we're fighting a fight that is, much uglier the bigger it gets. Darkness, evil, You could have something on your mind maybe a conflict with someone, or maybe even an animal or something that happened and it's making you uncomfortable. And I feel like it's important to reflect on this conflict, what it means, you and your decisions, and just where you are and where you're headed in life. Maybe you feel called to build or create something. There may need to be a change here to help you have more peace and balance within yourself, choosing to walk away from someone or something so you can have more peace and stability within yourself. And your ancestors could be quite present at this time, trying to help you find more stability and more peace, not only because you deserve it, but because there is a bigger war at play, a spiritual one, in my opinion, a psychological one. Even if we don't see it, I believe that there is such great purpose in prioritizing our peace, our health. Because when we do it for ourselves, we're prioritizing the peace and the health of the collective. Because when we show up for ourselves in a peaceful and healthy way, we can show up for each other that way. I often say that however you treat yourself is a reflection of how you treat others or allow others to treat you. And so it's very important to have a healthy, fair, honest, maybe even compassionate relationship with yourself, because this world really does need more grace, and that really starts with giving yourself more grace. So again, I really encourage you to trust and believe in yourself and your faith, and to be wise about the choices that you are making and ensuring that they protect your peace and your stability inside and out. And your ancestors really could be trying to help you with this. And I just felt called to encourage you to pay attention to signs or messages from ancestors, because I was, in my mind's eye, I was seeing the Notice the Signs card from the Ancestor Spirit Oracle. So if you really are moving forward with a strong sense of purpose, I really, really encourage you to trust that feeling, or if you feel called to seek out a sense of purpose, I really, really encourage you to keep looking, keep healing, and keep finding the answers, the truth that you need about yourself and this life. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 is about change and transformation. So this really makes me think of whenever I was talking about how there might need to be a change here, or many changes, to protect your peace and your stability and help you trust and believe in yourself more. Make the changes that you feel called to make and believe in yourself to make it happen. So as you can see, there is only one deck of cards on the table. It is the Secrets of Tarot cards. So this reading is going to be pretty simple, though I'm hopeful that there'll be quite a bit of detail. And sometimes if there isn't, there just isn't meant to be, and maybe it's a more intuitive reading at that point for you. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was more vague, to help you trust yourself more and to get better at discerning between your intuition and your fear. And ultimately getting better at discerning the truth. So I am going to draw out a few of these tarot cards for this reading, and then that will be the end of this video. So let's go ahead and draw out one of these cards now. Oh, one just fell on the floor. I'll get that one in a second. But the card that I have here is the Page of Wands. So starting with taking a look at what is written on this card, This says creativity, vision, idea. And when I saw the word idea, I felt connected to the Italian word idea, which means the idea in Italian. So it feels like your ancestors are coming through to point out some sort of idea that you have, a vision, something that you want to create, to build. It also says spark, energy, and new, and it has the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, as well as the element of fire. Those are the things that I wrote. But the artist wrote, young woman to 25 years, travel overland. I also just felt connected to travel overload. So maybe you're feeling maybe you're feeling called to spend a little more time at home or just in your own company. There could be someone here who really needs to focus more on their home or their money or their closest relationships, whatever is connected to your sense of stability and security and safety. There really could be something here about grounding yourself or rooting yourself in your reality as it is, so that way you can focus on moving forward. It may be really important for someone to be very accepting of where they are now and allowing themselves to work with what they have, with what power and resources that they have. Again, trust and believe in your ability to have the patience that you need to pursue some sort of vision or idea. Let's go ahead and put this down on the table. I want to mention as well that the Page of Wands is a person. So this is about you or someone else. Of course, I definitely feel this is more about you. But I pointed out that this represents a person because the card that fell on the floor is the Knight of Pentacles. And as soon as I showed you this card, I saw the number 222 on the timer. Remember, we said that the number 2 can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation, or confirmation or guidance for you to create more peace within yourself and being very wise about the decisions that you are making. There's just this general theme of having more balance in your life and assessing what you need and what you don't need to create that balance. Let's read what I wrote all over the card. I wrote efficient, hard work, routine, relentless, diligence, perseverance. We also have the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I just felt connected to the zodiac sign of Libra. There's the element of earth. And the artist of this deck wrote young man to 25 years, visitors, message to share. And I'm seeing the number 321 on the timer. That's a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's visitors or some sort of message that you are receiving for a reason. It could be this one here, or it could be like in this real world, like maybe receiving a letter or a message over the internet or something. But the Knight of Pentacles itself is a very hard-working, focused person. And I feel like that's kind of like the state of mind that is important for you to be in, to pursue something or someone. So maybe there really could be something distracting you, actually, and this could be coming from within. It could be a fear, or it could be something outside of you, like some sort of attachment. I mean, inside or outside, I do think there could be potentially some sort of attachment that is distracting you. And this could even be like deeply psychological, like maybe an attachment to only having good outcomes and being your own worst enemy when you get disappointed. Trust yourself and believe in yourself to be able to discern whatever this potentially distracting, unhealthy attachment is. I'm seeing 432. Trust that everything happens for a reason. Another message there. Let's get the last card for this reading. Zodiac sign of Cancer might be significant for you. Okay. Card that I have is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And reading what I wrote on this card, it says collaboration, solutions, help, harmony, grow, create, and express. This is zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn again. So there's a lot of earth here, a little bit of wands. You know, there's a lot here about your physical reality and your desires, for sure. The artist of this deck wrote improvements underway, but delays around it. Renown, glory, place of worship, but this card was in reverse. Before I talk about the meaning in reverse, the number 3, like the number 2, can be about quite a few different things. It can be about using your voice, expressing yourself, and I really just want to say trusting yourself, or using your voice, just expressing yourself authentically, whether it's with your voice, with art, with your actions. There's really something here about showing up honestly for yourself, and in the long run, for others. The number 3 can also be about healing and growing and committing to your psychological and spiritual growth, and it can also be about any other type of commitment. And I believe that if you want to commit to anything, maybe some idea or some sort of vision, you first have to be willing to commit to yourself, your health, especially mentally. And I feel like there's really something here about your faith helping you do that, helping you stay focused. The Page of Wands is a very inspired and hopeful type of energy, but there's really something here about your faith really maintaining that hope, for sure. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse, I just felt connected to the 3 of Wands, which can be about delays and frustration, but also a desire to expand. And the 3 of Pentacles in reverse is telling me maybe there's something here about working alone. It feels like there's a lack of collaboration here, or a lack of harmony, as the card says. Like maybe something isn't running as smoothly as you want it to because there's a lack of acceptance from you or another party. I feel like you have to look at right now whatever is causing the friction in your life. And this could be in a relationship, it could be something personal you're working on. For somebody, that's definitely something personal, like some sort of dream or just something you really, really want to create. So overall, this reading has been heavily about trusting and believing in yourself and being wise about your choices, protecting your peace, and embracing positive change to make that happen, to allow yourself to do those things. There is something here that could be distracting you from working hard and staying focused on something, some sort of vision or idea. And this reading is really a call for you to reflect on whatever that is, work through it, find closure with it. And it could even just be like frustration with where you're at right now. That's a very common thing to feel. So maybe this could be an opportunity for you to heal or to have a healthier relationship with yourself. Just the main message here really feels like you have something that you want to work on, that you want to stay focused on, but something is standing in your way, so you have to address that and remove that blockage so you can, make these changes. This happen so you can expand and grow in the way that you really, really desire and that you probably deserve as well.